Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Ryan or Tewtiy, and today we're going to be going over some of the best towers to use in conjunction with the Special Poperations towers. Now, if you guys don't know, Ninja Kiwi released an update for Bloons TD 6 about a couple weeks ago. One of the things they changed is it allows Special Population to actually pick up and hold on to any T4 tower and use it like it's a part of the helicopter. Yeah, so it's pretty powerful, but how are you supposed to use it? What's the best towers to use with it? Well, today I'd like to kind of dive into that, why you should use some of these towers and why you should avoid other towers. So if you guys are excited, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and let's do this. We started out with just our normal helicopter, and what is the best upgrade path for it? Honestly, just get Pursuit. Pursuit's gonna make your life way easier. Just get Pursuit. That's all you need to do. Just get Pursuit, and we're gonna level it all the way up to Special Poperations. Now, what I'm saying is in no particular order, and I'm not saying this is objectively right. This is just my own personal opinion. The number one tower that I think is probably the best with is just your super monkeys, right? Just because super monkeys are so incredibly powerful. But which super monkey is the best one? Well, it's going to be your Legend of the Night. One of the things the Legend of the Night has is he suffers from having to decide between doing more damage and having a longer range, which is the only time a super monkey is going to have this problem, right? So normally you want to get Plasma Blast and have this, but the problem is, look at his range. His range is pretty terrible, right? He can't really do much in this space. I mean, yeah, you do have your teleport ability, so you can go from spot to spot, but that still doesn't fix the issue that he can only hit in this tiny radius, right? Which most of the time really isn't enough. So that's why this comes in and helps out a lot, because it allows you to pick this guy up to be the door gunner. So there we go. And so now him being the door gunner is going to make a big difference. Okay, so for example, we send, well, let's send a ZOMG. He's gonna be able to deal with the ZOMG a lot faster, because look, the Bloon's just gonna follow him along, right? Bloon's just gonna follow him along, and he's just gonna do their thing, and he's gonna be able to pop everything, no problem whatsoever. You can see he only popped 227 of those. Okay, and so as you can see, we can drop this guy again, and he ended up popping 15,000 balloons, right? Which makes a big difference. And the thing is, once that went by, it's not like the Bloon's gonna go by. It's gonna follow him the entire length of the track, which is insane. So that's probably one of the best towers to use, but let me show you some of the other awesome towers to use. Alright guys, so here's the next tower. This one I think is probably the most realistic and best to use, and honestly looks probably the coolest, which is your bomb shooter. The thing with the bomb shooter is you want to go all the way up and get the recursive cluster, and then you guys already know you guys want to get bigger bombs and heavy bombs because it allows you to pop even more balloons. Now, why this? Why this tower? Why do you want to use this tower? Well, because one, it's not like $80,000. It's not super duper expensive. It's actually relatively cheap. It only costs around $6,000 or $7,000 to get it. If you're playing on a higher difficulty, maybe around 10. But other than that, that's all it costs, and it will deal with almost anything, right? Of course, you're not going to be able to pop your ZOMGs and your big things, but you're going to be able to deal with any type of rush that you have to deal with, right? So, for example, well, we go up against 100. Let's go up against 100. Spacing, we don't even need spacing. No spacing for me, all right? Let's see, for example, 100 pink balloons, right? Let's just, boom, there we go, 100 pink balloons, right? He's just gonna, look, all right, there's 100 pink balloons, they're gone. Okay, well, let's do 100 ceramics. Look at that. So this thing, he's just gonna blow everything up. Okay, maybe not the black balloons, just because he can't pop black balloons because we don't have a village down, which is kind of awkward. Which comes to a really good point. If you have a village down on top of the helicopter, is that gonna boost it for your tower? Well, let me show you. So bigger range, jungle drums, monkey intelligence. Let's do this. So let's try the exact same thing again and see how that goes. And the answer is no, it doesn't actually. It does now because it's in the range of it. But if it's not in the range, it's not going to be able to pop those. So what you need to be able to do is, so that means wherever the helicopter is, it needs to be in range of it, which is kind of a problem, right? So sometimes you're going to need things that are going to be able to pop all types of balloons, but let's move on to the next tower. All right, guys, so for the third one, let's talk about the wizard monkey. the Wizard Monkey is really good in the sense is he can do a couple of really cool things. The first one is you can go ahead and you can just get Monkey Sense, which basically means allows the wizard, he can just hit all types of balloons. And if you want to, you can go the path where you get Shimmer, and then you can eventually get the Necromancer, and then the Necromancer will spawn balloons as you go through, and it'll shimmer them, which is pretty good, but still not as good as being able to get the Summon Phoenix ability, because the Summon Phoenix ability works really, really well, and on top of that, when you pick them up, it's going to be amazing. So when you actually pick them up, you're not allowed to use the Summon Phoenix ability, which is really sad. But for example, now we have this. Look at this. He just burns all of the balloons. Look at all the fire. Go! Put all the fire down. And so constantly he's going to be keeping balloons on fire. Obviously, we're letting some of the balloons by because it was 100 ceramics, and he doesn't do a super good job with that. But as you guys can see, he basically lights all the balloons on fire, so balloons are always constantly burning, which is really, really useful. I mean, out of the 100 ceramic balloons, he was able to pop 7,000 of those. That's a lot of things to pop, okay? And especially for only a T4 tower, it helps out a lot. So you might be wondering, why haven't I picked up any military towers? Why do you not want to use military towers with this? Well, for one, every single military tower has some way to be global. And for the most part, every military tower is a global tower. It can hit anywhere on the map. So there's no point in picking up a tower that, well, can hit anywhere on the map, right? What's the point of having a sniper up here or having a sniper in here? So he can shoot behind this wheelbarrow? Like, there's really no point, right? Especially with even water towers. There's no point in picking up a military tower. So the idea with this is you want to be picking up towers that have little range and want to always be close to balloons. And that takes me to the next tower, which is the ice tower. And in my opinion, this is probably the best tower to use with the helicopter. Mainly because, well, you can get this ability, you can get Snowstorm, you can't get Absolute Zero, but you can also get Larger Radius and Refreeze. And when you pick this guy up, you're going to be able to slow down everything. Now, obviously, you're going to be a much weaker tower. You're not going to be like the Super Monkey or the Bomb Tower because those guys kind of melt through everything. But most of the time, you're not going to have just these two towers. You're going to have other towers to help you. And so because of that, once you have, you know, all these ceramics, you're actually just going to constantly slow and freeze everything. Look at that. Look how crazy this is. Look, nothing is even able to get by right now. You're constantly pushing everything back. Look how insane this is. So you're slowing everything constantly, freezing them, and with downdraft, you're sending them back. It's actually a great way to create a regrow farm. As you can see, well, it's not that strong, and a lot of the balloons are actually going to end up going through, which is not what we want. We don't want all the balloons getting through, but if you had something a little bit stronger to kind of deal with them, even if it's not that great of a tower, even if you just had like some kind of like an Ultra Juggernaut, right? Look, now let's see what happens when we go up against the 100 ceramic balloons, right? Once it gets in range, it's going to be way, way different for everything. I mean, wow, he's actually doing a pretty good job of holding him back, especially right here because it kind of freezes all of them. The problem is it can't freeze the zebra balloons, because that's actually the biggest problem it had, is it can't freeze the zebra balloons. But once it can do that, look, it just annihilates everything. And that's why I think this monkey is, in particular, the best one to use with this tower. Alright guys, so for the last tower, we're going to be using ourselves the Spike Factory. Now, the Spike Factory is pretty awesome because you can get all of these abilities. But the first thing we really want to focus on is we want to make sure to get faster production, even faster, and we want to level up to spiked mines. You can't get super mines, unfortunately, but spike mines are pretty much all you need. And so now everywhere you go, you're going to be just dropping these bombs, right? So it's especially great against super strong balloons like ceramic balloons. Because look, it's just going to drop them everywhere you go, and it's just going to constantly catch them, put them on fire, and pop pretty much everything. It was able to deal with 100 ceramic balloons, just no problem whatsoever. I mean, look at this. After the 100 ceramic balloons, boom, it already popped 10,000 balloons. That's insane. It's able to just completely wipe out and deal with them, okay? So why are some towers excluded from this? Well, the reason not all these towers in, and you might be wondering, is so the problem with the Spike Factory is, or the tack shooter, is the tack shooter in theory would be amazing, but the problem is the T4s are the only ones you can use, and T4s for tack shooters are a little, what's the way, how do I say this? they're just not good. They're not good, okay? The T5s for each of the tac shooters are what really make them amazing and impressive and just fun to use. And if you can't use a T5 tower in the door gunner, well, it's kind of useless, right? I mean, you've tried it before. Just to show you guys an idea, like, let's upgrade this guy. We're gonna upgrade him to overdrive, faster shooting, okay? Let's pick it up. All right, watch this. So as you saw, when we sent 100 ceramic balloons, we had that one guy, he popped 15,000 of them, right? Well, let's send just pink balloons, because ceramic balloons are gonna just kind of annihilate this thing. So I'm just gonna send 1,000 pink balloons. Look at it go. So there's our tac shooter. Brrr, it's popping. It's doing its thing. All right. Oh no, all these balloons are getting by. Oh no. Ah, okay. Well, so all these balloons got by. So how many balloons did it end up popping? Oh, it popped 2,900. So basically 3,000 balloons. So all of that for 3,000 balloon pops, that's awful. That's not that good at all. So there's a lot of towers that really rely on a T5. So you want to be focusing on towers that have small range but do well being only a T4 tower. I hope this video helped you guys, and I hope it inspired you to be using this tower maybe in a different and more unique way. And remember, guys, one thing to keep in mind is you don't have to always keep this tower on pursuit. If you wanted to, you can change it to follow your mouse, and you can even change up with some pretty awesome strategies yourself. For example, you could set up mines in specific areas and wait for balloons to come to you. You could, you know, maybe use a balloon to slow it down. You could use a glue gunner. Whatever it is you can. This tower has a lot of possibilities. Popabilities? Yeah, no, okay, that's fine, I understand. So, what are some ways to use this tower? Let me know in the description down below. I'd love to hear your guys' idea. Thanks for watching today's video. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more awesome content. Bye, guys.